So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
While both Republicans and Democrats condemned political violence after this week's shooting in Dallas, President Trump has signed an executive order targeting domestic terror from the left, especially Antifa.
These are professional agitators.
Right.
These are bad people, and they're paid a lot of money by rich people.
President Trump has labeled Antifa a domestic terror group, though some experts have questioned the legality of such a designation and say Antifa is not a centralized organization. The president is directing the National Joint Terrorism Task Force to coordinate a strategy to investigate, prosecute, and disrupt entities engaged in political violence or intimidation. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Another Trump executive order facilitates the TikTok deal to keep the social media app operating in the U.S. A group of American investors are acquiring a majority stake to get TikTok out of Chinese control as mandated by law. The president says TikTok content will not be manipulated.
If I could make it 100% MAGA, I would, but it's not going to work out that way, unfortunately. No, everyone's going to be treated fairly.
We'll get an inflation update this hour, one the Federal Reserve tracks closely as it considers another potential interest rate cut on Wall Street. Ahead of that, stock futures have been mixed after a third straight day of losses. On Thursday night football, Seattle beat Arizona 23-20 on a last-second field goal, kicking off Week 4 of the NFL season. In baseball, another division title for the Dodgers.
Ground ball to third, over to first, 12 times in 13 years. The Dodgers have won the West.
The final out on Spectrum Sportsnet LA in an 8-0 Dodgers win over Arizona. Now to the American League. Detroit beat Cleveland 4-2, so the Tigers and Guardians are tied again atop the Central Division. The Yankees and Blue Jays also remain tied for first in the East after New York and Toronto both won. And there are playoff wildcard spots still up for grabs with 3 games left in the regular season. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
It is another finally Friday edition of the Valley's Morning News, News Talk 710 KURV. It is now September 26, 2025. Show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on standby. He's got weekend weather and throttles back just a little bit, just a trim. The throttle's back on the temperatures for the weekend, so it means like low 90s this weekend. Any chance of rain? Well, we'll find out. He's expected to join us in about 3 minutes. Meantime, the FBI releasing more evidence following this week's deadly attack at that Dallas Immigration Customs Enforcement facility.
The main bottom lines are that Joshua Yan acted alone and that he intended to target and terrorize those working for ICE. Dallas FBI Field Office Special Agent in Charge, Joe Rothrock, says they have uncovered a number of notes and other writings, including one piece of paper that said, quote, "Yes, it was just me."
Yan specifically intended to kill ICE agents. He fired at transport vehicles carrying ICE personnel, federal agents, and detainees. He also fired multiple shots into the windows of the office building where numerous ICE employees do their jobs every day.
Even though acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas said this was the definition of terrorism, Rothrock says it is still being investigated as an act of targeted violence.
That's Eric Bushman with that report. Here's John Little with the FBI commenting on how much planning went into this attack.
FBI Director Kash Patel says agents discovered searches for the DHS facility lists, ballistics, and apps that tracked ICE agents. Investigators also found the shooter downloaded sensitive documents and left a note describing how he wanted ICE personnel to believe there was, quote, a sniper with AP rounds on that roof, end quote. Patel says the accumulated evidence points to a deliberate pre-attack preparation. The FBI says it remains committed to timely updates as the investigation continues.
Time is 7:07 on News Talk 710 KURV. Other Texas news. New rules now in effect for products containing THC in the state.
Liquor license holders are now banned from selling THC products to anyone under the age of 21. It's seen as a preview of what's to come for corner stores and gas stations. The industry fears that the lieutenant governor and his backers will push for an all-out ban again in the future.
I mean, it's very clear they remain completely disconnected from what citizens and voters want.
Cynthia Cabrera with the Texas Hemp Business Council points to a newly released poll finding that 96% of voters do not see gas station gummies and vapes as a top concern of the state.
That's Michael Board reporting. TikTok will continue to operate in our country.
President Trump signed an executive order on Thursday to approve a deal that allows a Chinese company to sell the social media platform.
I had a very good talk with President Xi, a lot of respect for him. Hopefully he has a lot of respect for me too. And we talked about TikTok and other things, but we talked about TikTok and he gave us the go-ahead.
The deal facilitates the sale of the popular social media app to a group of American investors. Trump said he thinks the deal is great for the U.S. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Time is 7:08 on Newstalk 710 KURV. I've been out and about this week. Freddie knows because he's been seeing me go to lunches all week, and we've had some evening events as well. I want to say good morning, big hug and a kiss to all the family over at the Door Church on McCall. They had the last night, they were hosting the Choose to Change Foundation annual fundraiser. A big hug over to our DA in Hidalgo County. Yeah, T. Yeah, Terry. I'm trying to remember it's Toribio. There we go. I finally got it. Toribio. It's Terry Palacios. He was honored last night. I want to say good morning to Juan and Sylvia Sevilla. Took the time and told me, hey, we listen early in the morning to you and Fred. I'm making tacos for Juan. Juan works over at Texta. And she's making tacos for us this morning, by the way, Freddie. She'll stop by the radio station. So good morning to Juan and Sylvia Sevilla. Let's see how that worked out, right? And Abel Perez. He's out there checking energy pipelines in the air. God bless you, Abel. And remember Felix Garza, Freddie? He worked for his customs, right? Man, I haven't spoken to him like in a decade. You know why? He retired a decade ago. He's the dad to J.R. Garza, Alamo mayor. So good morning to all, and so many other people to mention. But anyway, I got to those. Thank you for saying hi this week. It's an AccuWeather time, and I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. They provide us AccuWeather this hour. Good morning, Dougie. Ask Dougie any questions about feed and livestock at Martin Farm and Ranch, Edinburg on Monte Cristo. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us, and we see the slight throttle back in the temperatures, right? So about 5 degrees cooler. That's the cool front, right, that we got a couple days back?
Yeah, that's that cold front.
Jason?
Yes, sir.
5. That's it. That's all we get.
That's
more
it.
rain for the week? Rain or anything, or what's the
No,
plan
it's
of the
looking
week?
quiet over the weekend, actually. Going to dry out for us, be a little, relatively speaking, cooler than it's been. So, yeah, no, the weekend's looking pretty good for us, actually.
What are the computers telling you about another cool front crossing Texas? Another week, 2 weeks, or what's
going to be a bit?
It's going to be a while. You don't see anything right now.
Yeah, nothing on the surface map right now.
Oh, you don't see anything on that, and also nothing for the Gulf as far as tropical development over the next week or so. Well, here we go.
All the action's in the Atlantic right now.
Polish that silver fork. We're going to be sticking a fork in the hurricane season here for the Western Valley in about 2 weeks. It looks like we're going to get nothing as a result. So nice, dry, and relatively speaking, cool for all of Texas for travel this weekend.
Not looking bad at all. Should be a pretty nice go of it over the weekend for sure.
AccuWeather forecast highs today, mid-upper 90s, and then mid-70s tonight. That's where we are, by the way, kids. We're mid-70s. It's 75 at Starbase and the Port of Brownsville at the moment. It's 76, McAllen, Mission, Edinburg. And then low to mid-90s tomorrow. Hey, check this out. Ooh, chilly on Sunday. Ooh, 89.
Upper 80s. Look it out.
89 to
throw
90.
the extra blanket on the bed.
On Sunday. Yeah, we'll be wearing our members-only jackets on Sunday. 93, even low 90s for Monday. Oh, dude, keep it coming. Keep it coming. That's wonderful. Let's see. Checking the menu for today. It's National Dumpling Day. Okay, and I'm not just talking about the little balls of flour that they put like in soup. I'm talking about like the little pockets that have stuff inside. That's the real dumpling. And it's National Pancake Day.
Ooh,
and
I like pancakes.
Yeah, I did not. Usually right, Freddie? Usually on a day like this, you got like IHOP and Denny's, right? And in this case, Cracker Barrel. I like the Cracker Barrel pancakes. You want to guess why, Jason? Have you been to a Cracker Barrel and enjoyed?
It's been a minute. But in traveling, I've been to a couple. Yeah, like
they fry those puppies. It's like on right. It's like on the periphery. It's all crunchy. They put like some extra oil on the skillet, and then on the outside, the rim of it, all the pancakes are nice and crunchy. I don't know if that's like a Valley thing or they do that at all Cracker Barrels. But
I don't know, but that sounds pretty yummy.
Yeah, that sounds like heart clogging and wonderful. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, pal. Call you next hour. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on 710 KURV. Political note. By the way, I got a conversation coming up in about 2-3 minutes with Mayor Ram, as I lovingly refer to him, Ramiro Garza, mayor from Edinburg. He went to Brownsville for the groundbreaking a few days back for that 181,000 square foot facility from CIL. Turnkey is the key word. Turnkey. Make sure that we have a facility ready to go once businesses call and say, hey, we want to move to the Valley. You have any space for us? We will now be able to say yes in Brownsville to a certain degree. That's been the problem in the past. We don't have turnkey ready facilities. And Mayor Ramiro comments on that. That's coming up in just a little bit. Meantime, political note. We're looking at a dead heat in the Republican race for the Senate nomination in Texas.
Senator John Cornyn's reelection campaign got some good news from the latest polls from Ragnar Research. Cornyn has seen an 8-point jump since August, putting him and Attorney General Ken Paxton both with 39% of the GOP vote. It appears that Paxton continues to be dogged by legal and ethical issues, including a pending divorce. Many expect Houston Congressman Wesley Hunt to enter the race, add him to the mix, and Cornyn then takes a lead over both in the polls. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
And I doubt that any in Texas will be affected. I doubt that. But if you see a Starbucks shut down, there's a reason for that. They're restructuring over at Starbucks.
On Thursday, workers at a Chicago location stood outside to protest the news. The coffee giant said it plans to close about 1% of its more than 18,000 North American locations by the end of the month. The company also announced 900 corporate layoffs. Employees affected are supposed to be notified today. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
That's still several hundred. It's 18,000 nationwide, right? 10% would be 1,800. So take 10% of that, that'd be almost 200, right? Yeah. I told Freddie, go after those. The ones that are protected. Shut it down. Shut it down. We want a contract. Go after the belligerent Bolsheviks. Hello, Starbucks, go after those places first. Leave the ones in Texas alone. Time is 7:16. This is News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's morning news for a Friday. Conversation with our mayor in Edinburg, going all the way to Brownsville to celebrate the groundbreaking for a big facility trying to be turnkey ready for businesses coming to the area. How about we get something like that in Edinburg? That's next on 710 KURV.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburg today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from over 40 new and certified pre-owned Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2025 Volvo XC60 with all new technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $4.99 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburg, official sponsor of UTRGV football. Dale gas!
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
This is your home for Houston Texans football. News Talk 710 KURV, a Radio United digital media and broadcast station. Go Texans!
Let's see if the Texans can avoid going 0-4. They're hosting the Oilers. That's right. They're coming down from Tennessee. The Titans will be in Houston. Sunday broadcast at 11:30. We got the Aggies tomorrow hosting Auburn, 1:30 broadcast. Big thank you to our many, many supporters for Aggie football, including the DHR Health Orthopedic Institute.
Sanchez, and we've accompanied our family in Brownsville, and specifically from CIO Capital, Joaquin Spammer, investor who's creating a 181,000 square foot facility here in Brownsville, near the port, almost walking distance. And for our mayor from Edinburg, Ramiro Garza, that'd be nothing. It's like, three quarters of a mile. That's nothing for it. So the mayor of Brownsville, John Cowan, made mention of something that we need more of, which is square footage that is built, that is turnkey, ready to go. And this facility that we celebrate here in Brownsville from Joaquin Spammer and the CIO Capital Group is going to serve that. They've got a $5 million manufacturer and then lots of square footage left over. This is a theme, Mayor Ramiro Garza from Edinburg, this is the theme, the square footage that we need is a theme that goes back a long time, Mayor. And we need more of this. I know Joaquin is hoping, Mr. Spammer's hoping with more industrial space in the Edinburg area, that big project south of McAllen on Ware Road as well. Yes. There's going to be lots of space, right. But that's what we need for us. That's the net that we need to capture industry.
That is correct. It's exactly what we need. And that's why I'm here. We're here to support one another. Rioplex, as Joaquin and all the business leaders in the region refer to our area as, rightly so. We need more space, and it takes partnerships, right? And I think that's what I saw here. It's a community coming together. You've got, investors, developers, contractors that all came together to make this happen. We just need a lot of space. The director of GBIC here, Mr. Gilbert Salinas, talked about, like a lot of other EDCs, they're out there pounding pavement, trying to bring, recruit industry here. But we need space. Without space, it makes it that much harder. I think that's what it is so important. I congratulate Mayor Cowan and the community here for doing this. This is a win, not just for Brownsville, but for the whole valley.
Mayor Ramiro Garza from Edinburg. Again, we're broadcasting this from Brownsville at the groundbreaking for a CIO Capital 181,000 square foot facility. It will be a turnkey facility for new industry coming to the area. Mayor Ramiro Garza from Edinburg, you were chief of economic development efforts for the longest time, and I know you're an EDC nerd. You love this stuff. How challenging, how difficult is it for an economic development entity or a city to create an industrial park, to create that space and, put it out there, take that risk to have it? Because I know the phone's been ringing off the hook for McAllen for a long time. But, for example, Keith Patridge in McAllen was, punting over to Edinburg, punting over to Mission because they didn't have the square footage and companies wanted to set up here. That's before the big revolution that we see with reshore and nearshore. How challenging is it for an EDC and a city to take that risk and set up shop?
It's very challenging. It's a matter of priorities. And I think most of the communities have understood that unless you make that investment, you're going to be at a disadvantage when it comes to bringing those kind of developments to your community. So you want to create an environment that's conducive for people to invest. So it's, if the private sector's not doing an industrial park in your community, then a community steps up and at least do the infrastructure so that it could, start laying a foundation, right? To have industries consider located in your community and reducing that cost of entry. That cost of entry when you start, for example, this development here, look at all the work, the site work that goes into bringing, and then the utilities, where are they? They need to be brought in. So I think as communities, even if you don't do a fully fledged industrial park, let's say you extend utilities to an area that is industrial nature, that's been zoned, that's actually a big step. And now if you're able to subdivide it and do lots, even better. However, what I've learned and being involved in years in economic development is you also don't want to limit yourself. Some industries need 5 acres, some need 20 acres, right? So you want to at least have a master plan of sorts, a conceptual, so that as you are out there trying to recruit industry, you have at least you're in a better position, for your community. So it is very challenging, but it's we've come a long way, the Rio Grande Valley, with all that is going on here in the valley, the port with SpaceX, the Upper Valley, everything that we have going on. Believe me, it's a lot easier when I got started in economic development. I can tell you that, and I don't mean that to sound any negative way or anything. It's just a reality of things. Business attracts business, and we've been, discovered. And but it's our job to make sure that, now we're not only competing, but that they come here, make sure we close the deal.
This is just a drop in the bucket of what could be constructed, could be built, and eventually help the EDC gang, various EDC entities, recruit and bring, and just like you said, business builds upon business. Right. Do you have any idea how much business in the Valley in general, just ballpark figure, because I know you talk about this with other chiefs at EDC, you have any idea how much square footage we need as compared to maybe some of the industry that we've had to say no to because we don't have that space ready to go turnkey?
I think every community needs at least, quarter to 500,000 square feet of space. I will tell you, to start with. So you start adding that up from the lower end of the valley to the mid valley to the upper valley, it's in the millions, I would say, to have what we need here. But I think, one thing that's happened is, we have a lot of rooftops, a lot of, people moving here. Our numbers have gone up, and that's brought a lot of retail. And this reminds me a little bit of, retail space years ago, where we're always, trying to bring the franchises down here. But then we learned that you want to bring the developers down here, the ones that do the build-to-suits for them. And I kind of feel like, I think that's maybe what we ought to also consider doing. Yes, we need the end user, but the end user sometimes doesn't come and build a facility for themselves, right? I mean, they rather put that money in, their operations, right? Equipment and other things. But there's a lot of, developers out there around the country that go around, doing developments for these end users. And so I know a lot of EDCs focus on those. I just think we need to do more of that because we attract them down here, maybe have them do a development, an industrial park, and work with them and do a partnership. That may help us, right? But I think, look, it is a challenge for us. It's a problem, but it's a good problem that we don't have enough space. That says that there's a lot of interest in our area. We just need to collaborate and work together. I mean, look, here, like, for example, the city of Brownsville, you've got the port, you've got the county, you've got so many folks out in our area. Yeah. Cities, if we can collaborate together to make big projects work, I think everybody's willing to do that. So,
our mayor from Edinburg, Ramiro Garza, again, this broadcast, this recording is at Brownsville at the CIO Capitol, groundbreaking for their 181,000 square foot facility. They've got a manufacturer that is already committed to the facility, and it's like the Field of Dreams. They're building it, and they will come, logistics and other companies. You're here to support Brownsville, Mayor Cowan, EDC in Brownsville, Joaquin Spalmer as well, who has a footprint as well in Edinburg. If you could just quickly recap some of the activity, because Joaquin Spalmer and CIO, they're also creating other facilities, other square footage in Edinburg. So quickly recap what's taking place to create that turnkey opportunity.
Absolutely. So we have an industrial park north of Edinburg that he has bought some property to develop a warehouse space out there. So in that one, he's developing it for one of his projects that he has. And he's doing that all throughout the region. And it's based on demand. In our case, you wanted to be near the interstate. I-69 Central, which is right along just north of our city. And so he has that there. He's going to do a development there soon. And he's doing that all throughout the region. I think in this case, it's for a specific user. In other cases, it's just industrial parks that he's doing for different users. And so, I think he has his footprint all throughout the valley, pretty much. But that's what he does. He wants to make sure that he covers his bases because, look, businesses look for different opportunities, different kind of access points. It's not about choosing one city over another. It's really choosing about where the next opportunity is. And so every community has different opportunities. And I think he's found a way to position himself to be able to, attract industry and work with different providers that, he can throughout the region.
From here, Brownsville to that big manufacturer coming to McAllen, Lord willing, on Ware Road, and of course Weslaco, Far. He's got big footprints. I'm hoping that his passion, his dream of that Rioplex private sector push for economic development perhaps get some other investors off the fence to work with cities and the county and economic development entities to build that space so that we can throw the net. It's like industry's rushing to the door to get into Texas.
Right.
They go to Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio because they got the name recognition, but we got everything that we need here in deep South Texas, northern Mexico.
That's why it's important to support these kind of projects because, look, is this successful? It's successful for everybody. It's a win for everyone, and I think that's what it's about. And I think people are going to have taken notice of that. And I think the more of these projects are happening all throughout the region, we're going to see even that much more interest. I think you talk to probably any EDC right now, and they're probably working with, 2-3 dozen projects. That's amazing. Here in Brownsville, Edinburg, McAllen, everywhere, they've got their list of projects, and they're all going to be happening. And so it's a big opportunity right now for us, and I think that's why it's important that we collaborate in any way. Mayor Calvin and I serve on the South Texas Alliance of Cities. It's important to have that communication open and figure out if somebody was able to figure out a way to do a project, an industrial park or something a certain way. Let's all utilize that same manner, right, to do the same thing, because all of us, it's building blocks, doing our part. It just puts the valley at a whole other level.
Mayor, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you for being out here. Yes, sir.
Our Mayor for Edinburg, Ramiro Garza.
You're in tune with the morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. Check some headlines, a service of Edinburg CISD, Edinburg Schools, along with UTRGV, their collegiate high school. It's open enrollment, people. They're enrolling freshmen and sophomore students. For information, call 956-289-2300. Heads up, Freddie. I know you're driving a BMW. Nearly 200,000. No, it's 200,000 BMWs that are being recalled. There is a fire risk. The Traffic Safety Administration saying that there's a potential problem. There's a short circuit with starters affecting some BMWs 2019, 2020, 21, 22 model years. Go check the website for BMW to see which vehicles are being recalled. Amazon is agreeing to settle with the Federal Trade Commission, $2.5 billion settlement for bringing people aboard their Prime service and then making it difficult for them to offboard. And Merriam-Webster is adding 5,000 new words to their collegiate dictionary. Things like dumb phone and droom scroll, in other words.
The publisher announced this week it was revising and reimagining its 12th edition, a full 22 years after its last update. Other additions include cold brew, Riz, dad bod, hard pass, and cancel culture. The company is also including curated words lists, including words from the 1990s and words for things that often go unnamed. I'm Mark Mayfield.
This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Believe it or not, the Astros are just barely looking, just barely a chance to get into the playoffs. What they need is to see Cleveland and Detroit lose this weekend. They lose, Astros win, they're in. So let's see what happens. Astros are playing the Angels. They're in Anaheim. 8:05 broadcast tonight. Thank you to Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Big thank you to the Mission Economic Development Corporation. Check of sports up next.
Experience everything Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburg has to offer. Service, selection, and quality. Indulge yourself with bold design and step into EV luxury and take advantage of a $7,500 tax credit in a new Cadillac Lyriq. Now just $559 per month. More style, more innovation, more you. Make your move. Set yourself apart and discover a new standard of luxury ownership. Visit us online at BertOgdenCadillac.com or come in today to Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburg, official sponsor of UTRGV football. Dale gas!
Our KURV listeners and our supporters are our family to us. Among them, Mark and Carla McCaleb. And I bring to you again a family issue, for something for your immediate family when the Lord calls. We know that the Lord will call all of us. He'll say, time to punch out, kid. That's it. Now let's take inventory of what happened. So when that happens, the immediate family, spouse, kids, all those parents, they have to deal with it. So here's a good idea. And I speak on behalf of Mark and Carla McCaleb from the McCaleb Funeral Home clan in Wesco, because my mom and dad, they pre-planned and they prepaid that funeral event. As an only son with a lot of extended family, everybody driving in from Houston or wherever else. A lot of people have opinions on what mom wanted or dad wanted. No, just be done with it. Put it on record. Pre-plan. Make all those decisions now. And then prepay. Make it easier on immediate family. It's a great idea. My mom and dad did this for me. Made a universe of difference. So why don't you call Carla McCaleb? They come to you, help you pre-plan, prepay. help you set up everything. 956-650-2841, 956-650-2841. Call or text Carla McCaleb from McCaleb Funeral Home.
Introducing the newest destination for luxury in the Rio Grande Valley, the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen. Come visit Michael Fall, General Manager, today and discover the perfect blend of elegance and power at the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen. A true triumph of luxury, now open at their exceptional new state-of-the-art location at 8522 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. We shop the competition so you don't have to. Dale gas!
Your Houston Astros continue their road trip out west as they visit the LA Angels. First pitch at 8:40. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
Astros last night had a boom of offense, which they've needed sorely, especially in this final push, and it's great to see a boost in the lineup from one Christian Walker in the win 11-5.
Right-hander Scott McGuff, and Christian Walker lines his first pitch deep to left field, and that ball is off to the top of the wall and over for a home run for Walker.
The Tigers and Guardians are fighting for their own division, while Houston is trying anything to just get wins for their team. The Texas Rangers in their last 3 games are facing Cleveland and could do a ton of help if they can steal some games away from the Guardians. Astros still need to get their own wins and face the Angels tonight at 8:38. With more on the Rangers, here's Jacob Ray.
The Texas Rangers played the final home game of their 2025 season yesterday afternoon against the Minnesota Twins, and you could almost say this game was over after just one pitch. Byron Buxton hit his first of 2 homers on the day and accounted for all 4 runs scored by the Twins as they win it 4-0. Up next, Texas is in Cleveland tonight. First pitch is at 6:10.
I'm Trevor Beck with your TSN Sports Minute.
Well, there you go. It's the Rangers at Cleveland. So the Guardians might just win the next 3 games. Just outright sweep the Rangers. Go Rangers. I'm going to say go Rangers. Beat the Guardians. Sweep them this weekend. Please do the Astros a favor. The Tigers are playing the Red Sox. Better chance that maybe the Tigers could lose a couple of games. That's what we need. We need either one of these 2 teams, the Guardians or the Tigers, to win, to lose 2 games in the final series. The Astros, they just need to keep on winning. They need to win all 3 games this weekend, and then they're in postseason. AccuWeather says highs today, mid-90s, low 90s for the weekend. Porter Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. Let's see, you're driving back to McAllen, 1 hour. Hidalgo, 30 minutes at FAR. Driving back to Brownsville, let's see, 45 minutes. Gateway, Los Indios, and Veterans. Business news check of your money. Big recall for BMW and more tariffs on the way. Announced by the White House. That announcement expected this hour. That's next on 710 KURV.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bert Ogden Infiniti in Edinburg. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinitis available now. Drive off in your own 2025 Infiniti QX60 with 0% APR for 60 months. All available with the Infiniti Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bert Ogden Infiniti on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburg. Shop from the entire line of Infinitis online at BertOgdenInfiniti.com.
How do you know? Let's say you purchase collagen, right? You guys, some of y'all who like purchasing collagen for aesthetics, for beauty, for a skin glow, all those things. Also, maybe for health issues. You want to recover faster from exercise, things like that. How do you know that you're getting the best? You know, if you visit Major Health Foods in McAllen, South 10th and Jackson Avenue, go in there and meet Jolynn, Beto, Art. I'm going to refer to them as the top experts in supplements, Major Health Foods. Why do I say that? I've known this family for decades, for more than a generation 40 years. Man, they've been doing this 42 plus years. Major Health Foods. They have amassed all sorts of knowledge and expertise, knowing the top brands for men's supplements, women's supplements, keep you healthy. That is the passion at Major Health Foods, is to keep you healthy and represent absolutely the best. The collagen that they sell at Major Health Foods has all six collagen in one powder. Just an example of the amazing awesome supplements, top brands. You're not going to find this stuff, like it. They don't settle for the run-of-the-mill stuff that you'll find at a big box store or a grocery store. No, it's Major's Health Food. Major's Health Food, South 10th and Jackson Avenue, McAllen.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Come into Genesis of Harlingen today and soak up the feeling of the dynamic yet elegant design and cutting-edge technology that makes up the amazing Genesis vehicle lineup. Visit today and choose from a great selection like a 2026 Genesis GV70 for $549 a month for 36 months. Come see where refined sophistication meets powerful innovation at Genesis of Harlingen at 8521 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. Shop from the entire line of Genesis online at genesisofharlingen.com.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. President Trump has announced the U.S. will impose a new round of tariffs starting October 1st, including a 100% tariff on pharmaceutical drugs, a 30% duty on upholstered furniture, and a 30% levy on heavy trucks and more. Trump added the 100% tariff on pharmaceutical drugs will not apply to companies building manufacturing plants in the U.S. Investors are awaiting the release of August personal consumption expenditures price index out in 10 minutes. Economists expect the print to reflect an uptick in inflation as markets continue to price in 2 quarter-point rate cuts at the Fed's upcoming meetings. A federal judge has preliminarily approved Anthropic's offer to pay $1.5 billion to settle a class action lawsuit with a group of authors. The lawsuit alleged that the AI startup illegally downloaded books from pirated databases. Futures are currently mixed. Thursday, the Dow Industrials lost 173, the NASDAQ down 113. That's Your Money Now.
You're driving around in a BMW. Check their website. BMW has a huge recall, 200,000 vehicles. There's a fire risk. It's related to some of their starters. AccuWeather says highs today should be mid-90s and low 90s for highs this weekend. We got movie mom Mel Meno 4 minutes away. Stick around. The morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment. They represent Kubota. You stop by Amigo Power, you'll see it. All this beautiful orange Kubota equipment all over the place. The LX series Kubota tractors, #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., has amazing features, and of course, this equipment very versatile. And they say that the LX series is very comfortable. So get your butt over to Amigo Power Equipment. Go get a feel for that. #1 selling compact tractor in the nation. LX series is the Kubota compact tractor you will find at Amigo Power Equipment. And right now, JP and Jeff can help you buy one of these select LX 2620 SU series from Kubota for as low as $19,999 or $295 per month if you qualify. All the information you could ever want, you'll find at KubotaUSA.com. Check out the specifics. Or just stop by and enjoy some coffee, spend some time with JP and Jeff, get all the information that you need. This offer, this LX 2620 SU series, for $19,999 or $295 per month if you qualify, is available now to the end of the month, September 30th, at Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburg on Monte Cristo.
Experience everything Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburg has to offer. Service, selection, and quality. Indulge yourself with bold design and step into EV luxury and take advantage of a $7,500 tax credit in a new Cadillac Lyriq. Now just $559 per month. More style, more innovation, more you. Make your move. Set yourself apart and discover a new standard of luxury ownership. Visit us online at BertOgdenCadillac.com or come in today to Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburg, official sponsor of UTRGV football. Dale gas!
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. I have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sister Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
News and weather information at your fingertips.
Just follow these easy steps.
Log on to KURV.com. KURV.com. News Talk 710 KURV.
Happy Friday and welcome to the Valley's Morning News. It's News Radio for South Texas. I'm Sergio Sanchez along with show producer Fred Cruz, and we got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's on standby, and we got movie mom Nell Minow going to tell us if there's anything good at the box office, anything good at the theater this week, and also all those pay-per-view services here that are bleeding your bank account. That's coming up in about 2 minutes, so stick around. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. James Comey is the first former FBI director ever to be slapped with criminal charges. He's expected to turn himself in today.
The indictment accuses Comey of lying when he told the panel he had not authorized anyone at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports about the case. Comey's attorney says in a new statement, Jim Comey denies the charges filed today in their entirety. We look forward to vindicating him in the courtroom.
Fox's Madeline Rivera Comey's arraignment set for October 9th in Alexandria, Virginia. President Trump posting on Truth Social this morning, James Comey is a dirty cop. President Trump pushing back on Israel.
I will not allow Israel to annex the West Bank. No, I will not allow it.
That's ahead of the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech at the UN General Assembly set for 9 a.m. Eastern. The Palestinian delegation reportedly walk out during the address. America's listening to Fox News.
Texas business note. New rules are now in effect for products containing THC in Texas.
Liquor license holders are now banned from selling THC products to anyone under the age of 21. It's seen as a preview of what's to come for corner stores and gas stations. The industry fears that the lieutenant governor and his backers will push for an all-out ban again in the future.
I mean, it's very clear they remain completely disconnected from what citizens and voters want.
Cynthia Cabrera with the Texas Hemp Business Council points to a newly released poll finding that 96% of voters do not see gas station gummies and vapes as a top concern of the state.
That's Michael Board with that report. Oh, you know what that song means? Yeah, it's Friday again. Yes, it is. Time for movie mom Nell Minow on this pancake day, Mom. It's pancake day today. I'm remembering your signature blueberry banana pancakes you would serve for us on Saturday morning.
Yeah. Don't forget the bacon waffles.
Oh, yeah. You know, Freddie, he really didn't like all that fruit stuff in his pancakes. Fred just wanted to eat like the batter raw every Saturday morning. Okay. What do we have at the box office this weekend? DiCaprio?
Got a great big movie this weekend. It's one battle after another with 3 Oscar winners giving their best work. Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, and Sean Penn. His best performance since Dead Man Walking. It is a big movie in every way. It's almost 3 hours long, but I didn't look at my watch once. I was very engrossed the whole time. And it takes place in sort of a heightened America. It's based on a book that was written in 1990, but they've updated it in terms of the issues. So in 1990, it was about Vietnam War protesters. Here it is about people who are protesting basically capitalism, border issues, et cetera, et cetera. And so there's a very violent militant group that is that gets captured, and the husband and wife get separated. And 16 years later, with the daughter, now a teenager, the military find them and come after them again. So it's very exciting, but it's also got a lot of political stuff, a lot of metaphorical stuff. Yeah. And the breakout star is a young woman whose real name is Chase Infinity. and she's going to be a star. I'm predicting it now. So you'll be hearing about this at Oscar time, and it's going to provoke a lot of conversations.
All right. Gabby's Dollhouse. By the way, all these movies, one battle after another. Gabby's Dollhouse, Eleanor the Great. Also, they're all premiering somewhere in South Texas. So Gabby's Dollhouse, what is that?
Well, it's obviously you do not have a preschooler because it's a hugely popular TV show about a magical dollhouse, and Gabby can shrink down to the size of the dolls and play with all the characters who all have cat references in their names. It's a very sweet show. The kids in the screening that I went to were huge fans of the show, knew everything about the show, but were not really prepared for a feature-length movie. So parents of preschoolers, beware. You know who plays the villain? What do I always say? It's all about the villain. Guess who plays the villain in this one? Kristen Wiig, and she is great. She looks like $10 million, and she is great in it. So, so just beware. This is, maybe let the 3-year-old watch it on TV. Also, this week we got we have Scarlett Johansson has directed her first movie. It's called Eleanor the Great, with a fabulous June Squibb playing a 94-year-old woman who kind of accidentally confesses to being a Holocaust survivor, which she's not, which is terrible. And it's about what happens then. But the movie is just brimming with humanity, beautiful performances. Chiwetel Ejiofor is in it. And I just thought it was great. And Scarlett Johansson can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. On streaming, we've got Superman. So if you didn't get to see it in the theaters, you can watch it. And we've got a little independent film called Splitsville about 2 couples who are best friends and have various marital problems. I thought it was just so. Next week, The Rock, in a movie that they say is going to get him his first Oscar nomination. It's called The Smashing Machine, and it's based on the real life story of an MMA fighter.
I thought he should have won an Oscar for his cartoon role in Moana.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Hug and a kiss, Mom. Have a wonderful weekend. Movie Mom Nell Meno every Friday on Newstalk 710 KURV. Make a call to Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing if you are a property owner. You have several buildings that need to be checked. Get those commercial roofing systems checked for free. Yes, sir. A company of 125 plus years of experience. Well, the top experts in commercial roofing systems of all kinds. Get these folks out there for free. Get your buildings checked. That's how you start a great relationship with the top roofer in this entire region. And they got footprints nationwide. They've done some whopper projects. You know where the Astros play? I found out this week that they had their hands and their workmanship all over that retractable roof complex, all the different roofing systems all around the Astros baseball park. I barely found out that this week. That's amazing. Just an example of the huge work that they do and the medium-sized work and small work that they do for all types of companies. Trust Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. It's in the name, the advanced waterproofing solutions that you need. Cutting-edge roof installation and repair and maintenance technology. It's Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing. You got everything to gain, nothing to lose. Start that conversation. Free inspection, 956-655-6178.
At Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you...
Summer is heating up, and so is our local economy. From sizzling business deals to community connections, News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app are here to keep you in the know. Download the Radio Potami app to stay informed and entertained. Whether it's local market updates, summer events, or the weather, we've got you covered. Support local, stay connected, and tune in to the pulse of Rio Grande Valley business. News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app.